Hey, it's Barb, and in this Trail to 2021 series, we've been talking about you designing your unique story with your horse going forward into 2021. It's that vision of yourself as a beautiful rider, and you create this gorgeous picture that reflects you and your horse, and that's the first step. And then the next step is to consider the pieces of your journey. And that's because those different pieces are where you'll focus your energy to keep learning and growing and moving toward that vision. So now in the past few videos of this series, I've been using an analogy involving what we call the mushroom tree on our property. And I used it to show one of the ways of looking at different pieces involved in our riding. And as you think about going forward into 2021, consider how you'll continue to keep growing your knowledge and skill in these individual pieces. Now, we talked about the trunk representing your personal strength, both inside and out. It's about your preferences, your resilience when things go awry, and your flexibility to respond to situations. It's what goes on within you to carry you through and sustain you through all of the ups and downs. And in last week's video, I identified two more big pieces of riding. I talked about the technical side of riding, which has to do with good horsemanship, like your seat, stirrup length, how you hold the reins, and what's required for your discipline. Now in this video, we're going to dig a little more into discovering that sometimes elusive concept of connection with your horse and how you might go about exploring this. Now, connection with your horse has different meanings to different people. But here, I'm going to talk about it in terms of your relationship with your horse. But first, a little bit of science. Research tells us that as humans, we're hot-wired for connection. It's our greatest need as people. We want to share, love, and be loved. And connection happens best when we know we can be ourselves without fear of being judged. And see if you agree with this. We feel the most connected with people who get us and hear us, and when our communications consist of listening and caring and then responding. And when it comes to our horses, we have a similar experience. Besides our love for these gorgeous animals and their fabulous qualities, most of us feel we can totally be ourselves when we're with our horse and just be accepted. They don't care how we look or what we're wearing, and that feels so good. And that's why our horses are often a refuge away from the chaos of the world sometimes. And we absolutely love that about our horses. And I also think that many riders want to know that they understand their horse too, that they really can communicate and speak their language so that their horse is at ease, feels confident, understands, and responds to them. So to me, that's how I see connection. That wonderful two-way street of respect, caring, and communicating. Now again, while learning connection may seem elusive, I have a few of the ways for you right now that you can develop connection skills. First, you can read a horse's body language, his ears, his eyes, his mouth, his jaw, exhaling, and a few of the other cues like the carriage of the head and neck. And you can do this on the ground or in the saddle. And you can also learn to understand the application of cues and their release when horses give us the right answer. This too happens on the ground and in the saddle, and in everything you do, from how you use your lead rope, to using your seat, to your hands and your leg cues. Now here's another one. Being aware of their energy. Are they too fresh or kind of pooped out? Are they engaged or tuned out? There are many more ways, of course, to connect and build your relationship with your horse, and these were just a few of the ways to build connection. But one great thing now, though, is that there is more and more conversation in the horse world about connection, and I love that. And because connection is something we all want more of, and sometimes it's clearly addressed, and sometimes it's not addressed at all, I encourage you to be your own treasure hunter for tidbits of knowledge in this department. Keep learning about this piece of writing. So what's connection to you? Where or how have you experienced it with your horse? So as you design your story for 2021 and you have a big vision of that beautiful rider you're becoming, how will you drill down to learn more about connection? Let us know so we can hear your experience. Leave a comment for me and see you next time.